So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Taking a look at some numbers here for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
A look at Indiana's starting group. At small and power forward, it'll be Mathurin and Siakam. Halliburton is out there with Nesmith. And it's Toppin in at the 5 spot. And for the Celtics, White and Brown are the wingmen. Jason Tatum out there with Williams. And it's Collier in at the point guard position. And Grant, one thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such complete rosters.
Now here's Mathurin. Puts up a deep 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Here's Collier, defended by Halliburton. That's good from Collier on the assist from Tatum.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
White for 3. Knocks down the triple.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
Here's Siakam. Last game, 26 points for him. Pass to Halliburton. Back to Siakam. On the money from 12 feet away.
Really good work from the mid-range there. If you give Siakam room to shoot from that area of the floor, he's going to let it go and make most of it.
A nice shot by Brown.
Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough cover.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Pass to Halliburton. Offline with a 3. Boston's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, B.A. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Both shots good from the stripe. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future.
Now here's Halliburton. His last outing, he had 20. And that one drops.
When Halliburton wants to bucket, he gets the bucket.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. White for 3, and the three-pointer goes. White's got 6 points.
4 straight hoop. Ideal start for them.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Siakam. Shoots over Tatum. Again, the Pacers. Good for 2 more.
Great dime by Halliburton. Remember, he's led the league in assists.
Celtics lead by 4. Outside White. And again, Boston with the triple.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic start.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Pacers, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Checking out Boston, they've been on a roll. Victorious in their last 5 outings. Really showing up their #1 seed status.
Now here's Siakam. An important scorer for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game.
One of the things you love about Halliburton is his feel for and understanding of the game. He just has a sense of knowing where to be at the offensive end.
The 3 is up. Another three for Indiana.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
The Celtics with the lead. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him what his strategy was for slowing down Tyrese Halliburton, and he said to guard him tightly. Even when he's dribbling the ball up the floor, I want us to be aggressive. I don't want him to have any breathing room. Let's see how much pressure they bring tonight against him. Back over to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
That's where Toppin does most of his damage, and he's incredibly efficient down there.
Outside White. The three is up. And again, Boston with the triple.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Here's Halliburton following the three by Boston. Toppin outside. Pass to Siakam. Halliburton outside. 5 on the clock. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
Halliburton's length really an asset on that play.
Celtics lead by 3. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Halliburton. After the basket by Boston. Nails it from 3.
Halliburton going off like this is fun to watch. He's really been engaged offensively.
The Celtics have gotten all 8 shots to go. They are red hot. Right. Good.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Neesmith. Yet to see a basket for 3. Matherin. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
So he's got that guard quickness. Matherin showing off his catch-and-shoot ability.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Simons is checked in for Boston. And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Huff's checked in for Toppin. Walker comes in for Siakam. Nimhart, he's checked in for Matherin. And it's McConnell in for Neesmith. And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Indianapolis.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
So it's Boston now, after Indiana picked up the 3 with their last shot. McConnell with it. His last outing, we saw him score 13. Pass to Halliburton. Fires the 3. No good. Boston on offense. They're really clicking as a unit. Tonight, looking for their 11th straight win.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
And here are the Pacers now, following the bucket by the Celtics. The pass to Walker. Off the mark there with a 3. Celtics lead by 4. Williams on the wing. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by Tyrese Halliburton.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Walker. And the jam by Walker.
Nice slam by the big man Walker, making his presence felt there inside.
Here's Collier. The rebound by Tyrese Halliburton.
A good scorer around the rim. He is met there by an irresistible force.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Pascal Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. We've got 1:08 left in the first. Halliburton, the pass to Huff. Now Nimhart. Halliburton outside. Siakam the screen from the wing. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Boy, you could see it and feel it in his eyes at the start of this period. He is on a mission.
Pass to Collier. And here's Simons. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. And the Celtics lead by 2.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Siakam. And that one's long. Shot's good by Collier. Collier's got 6 points.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Siakam, pass to DeMar. Back to Siakam. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Derek White getting it done for Boston. Doing some damage from deep. He now has 5 3-pointers in the game. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And the Pacers looking at who they've got. McConnell and Nembhard are in the backcourt. Pascal Siakam out there with Jarris Walker. And it's Huff in at center. Pass to Siakam. Clock at 6. The kick out to Walker. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Celtics. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for them. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Siakam outside. It's hauled in by Collier.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
The NBA, there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of the game, and that makes them dangerous.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Pacers have shown that they can be a threat in the East. Coach Rick Carlisle said, there's nothing wrong with high expectations. What you don't want is a situation of apathy, where expectations are low and all you're ever doing is selling hope. That's not why I came here. Back over to you, BA.
They are for real. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Close them in on 2 minutes played here in the second. Down low. Here's Huff, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And we talk about Siakam's versatility. Well, there it is. Nice pass.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Celtics making a change here. White's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Jackson, he's checked in for Huff. Outside White. Here's Hauser. Sends it home from three-point land. Hauser's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Derek White doing a nice job orchestrating the offense in the right direction there.
Pacers trail by 8. Pass to Walker. Back to McConnell. Now here's Siakam. Snatched away. White for 3. The rebound by Jackson. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Here's Siakam. Nice job inside from Siakam.
With a nose for the bucket, length and athleticism and touch, Siakam's got game inside.
Pass to Collier. From the arc. The Pacers pull it in. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
That was a case of getting too comfortable with a big lead. Even against a lesser team, you can't take anything for granted in this league.
2 teams tonight trying to elevate to mid-season form, Greg, and really start to push to control each game.
And that gets more and more difficult as fatigue mounts. The travel miles climb and games just tighten up. But you know, BA, you just got to push through all of that and keep playing your best ball.
Bradley, he's checked in for Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton comes in for McConnell. Indiana making a switch here. McConnell's checked in. Walker passes to Halliburton. Clock at 4. Halliburton on the wing. Indiana again missing. Boston leading by 5. Driving to the basket, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Knocks it down from distance.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
Here's Collier. Walker pulls down the board. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him. Over the course of the game, he's been very accurate, doing some great stuff.
Boucher against Siakam. Nembhard outside. Wide open look. And that one drops for him. So it's Boston now. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
Pacers trail by 5. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He might have seen something he needs to review with his guys. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Tatum's checked in for Boucher. Jason Tatum comes in for lineup. And it's Brown in for Hauser. And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Huff's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Toppin comes in for Walker. Matherin's checked in for Nembhard. And it's Nesmith in for McConnell.
Halliburton, so versatile and skilled. This guy finds ways to keep the defense off balance pretty consistent.
And he makes a first. Both good from the line that time.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
There's Tatum with the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This is why Tatum is a superstar. His confidence in shooting the ball right away, quick release, money.
Pacers trail by 6. Halliburton outside. Outside Matherin. From 13, and Halliburton, the bucket, on the assist by Matherin. Halliburton's got 22 points. It's Brown on the wing. For 3, Collier. Here's Kata. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
That's why you go after every rebound. You might just get yourself a bucket in the process.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Find the lane. Find the lane.
Number 6, Kata. At the line, shooting 1.
Pacers trail by 7. Outside Nesmith. Toppin against Tatum. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
You know, Obi Toppin is known as a high flyer for good reason. He's somebody that really goes after any chance he gets to throw it down. He's dunking it whenever he gets close to that rim.
That's good from Toppin.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Nimhart, he's checked in for Huff. Chalk up 2 there.
And that is textbook perfect, the bounce pass. Exactly how you want to throw it.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 22. Outside Neesmith. The floater. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. And the upcoming schedule for Indiana. On Friday, they'll go up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then Monday, they'll face off against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks.
And you know, for that matchup with Atlanta, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle. Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pacers trail by 9. And there's 1:38 left in the first half. And it's Mathurin missing. Well, the Celtics shooting has been ridiculous. 75% of this game. The putback. Queta gets the bucket. Queta's got 5 now.
And their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservative. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
Pacers trail by 12. Nimhart outside. That one's wide left. Outside Tatum. Outside Brown. Pass to White. 3-pointer. And again, Boston with the triple.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Toppin. That one falls. Toppin's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Collier, defended by Halliburton. Pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. Fires in the triple. And the Celtics lead by 16.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Team foul. Coming on to the floor from the Celtics. Number 77.
White for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Boston in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. And Coach, I heard you talking to your team about closing out on shooters. What were the breakdowns that stood out to you in the first half?
A couple of times there was an offensive rebound, and we just got to spray out and find shooters. That's one way that a lot of teams in the league are getting threes now. We just got to do a better job of finding those guys.
It's hard to be perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot to the beat. They're picking up the shot. Give it up for our contestants.
Thanks for being with us. First off, how about we start with an update on the All-Star voting?
It's pretty obvious the dudes who are going to make it, but you also have to deserve it and get the shutout.
Yeah, you have to feel for those players. Feels like there's at least one big snub.
But you also have guys who deserve it and get shut out.
And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Indiana Pacers.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe 2 of me.
Now that is a scary sight. Two of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Boston leading by 16. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Derek White out there with Collier. And it's Williams in at the 5. That's the Boston 5.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Siakam in the post. Tatum's there. And the basket by Siakam. Siakam's got 15.
When Siakam catches fire, he's hard to extinguish. I mean, his hot streaks go real hot.
Pass to Collier. Tatum from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And it's no surprise they want to get him the ball to start this half.
And the defense to me looks a little stale, like week-old bread. I mean, they made that way too easy for them. They need to get back into the flow here. 3 for 3 this half. Nothing to complain about with that.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. EA, back to you.
You love that confidence. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for a shot.
The first one falls. Well, Clark, by my count, in your career, you made all of 23 triples and hit a respectful 34%.
23 over a, close to 5-year career, maybe the equivalent of 3 1/4 years on the court. Yeah, the 3 ball was not being shot a lot. I will tell you, I was looking to add it to my repertoire, though, and that's the case for all of these guys playing now. Everybody is shooting 3.
Here's Halliburton. Boston pulls it in.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Tatum, like most players, is best when he's aggressive and attacking the basket.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Now here's a look at the best passers in the league. Second is Tyrese Halliburton.
He has a great eye for where to send the ball. And you know his teammates love playing with an unselfish guy like him.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Top of the screen on Tatum. Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
Punishing the defense with that rim rattler. Siakam getting spicy out there.
Pass to Tatum. Launches a 3. Yet another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Halliburton. He's got 27.
Boston foul. Third personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Neesmith. Pass to Siakam. Shot clock at 6. Deflected by Tatum.
There's the length Tatum provides on the defensive side. He can change a game on that end.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
For three, Collier. Matherin with a rebound. And here's Matherin. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's an 18-point game, and Siakam gets it to go.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
The Celtics have got 5 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Inside, Toppin with a steal. Matherin with the ball, now guarded by Brown. Matherin passes to Siakam. Brown with the steal to the paint. Here's Williams, and Williams punches it home.
And we've watched Brown evolve his game. Playmaking has been at the forefront of his development.
And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Yes, sir, Obi Toppin. Very few better at throwing it down than him.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Collier, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
Siakam against Tatum. Top it inside. He's got 11, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Simons is checked in for Derek White.
Number 4, Anthony Simons.
Neesmith passes to Siakam. Shot clock at 3. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Matherin's got 5 points.
Quick thinking from Matherin there. Excellent at rising up and capitalizing off the catch.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Indiana making a switch here. Nimhart's checked in. Pacers trail by 18. Outside for Halliburton. Ooh, making it look easy. Halliburton.
He's doing a heck of a job, and his offense is keeping them afloat.
Boston's gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. And here's Brown for 3. Pure from three-point range. 18 points for him.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
There's a screen by Toppin. Halliburton, the pass to Toppin. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got 5 assists tonight.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Simon's shot is good.
Looks like you're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Halliburton, the pass to Toppin. Back to Halliburton. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Celtics lead by 14. Here's Simons. Here's Williams. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
As usual, terrific effort from him. Unwilling to let the possession go to waste.
Now here's Halliburton. Tightly guarded. Outside Neesmith. The 3. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
He's giving them a spark because he can't win this game all by himself.
Boston has gotten 4 threes to fall out of 5 attempts here in the third. Tatum from long range. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Toppin outside. Here's Halliburton. Shoots from the elbow. And Indiana again with the bucket.
He's had an amazing quarter, and they're still trailing. Hard to believe that.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Boucher's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Brown. Then for Indiana. Huff's checked in for Siakam. Walker comes in for Toppin. And T.J. McConnell subbed in for Neesmith. Now here's McConnell, guarded closely. Halliburton outside. There's the three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
Hauser, another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
I mean, keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates, incredible.
McConnell passes to Walker. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Anthony Simons.
Halliburton doing work inside, just daring the defense to stop him without fouling.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Halliburton.
You know, we've seen Halliburton be elite for stretches in his career. Not at that level every night, but he's working on being more consistent, and I don't think it's far off for him.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 13. Shoots. And he knocks the jumper down. Halliburton's got 44.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
And so it's Boston, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. More 2K action in just a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the 4th quarter. McConnell and Nembhard are in the backcourt. Jarris Walker out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Siakam from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
He managed to knock down 1 triple in the first half, but nothing since then.
Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. Pacers trail by 14. Here's Walker. Takes it inside. And the layup is good off the glass.
And such a strong guy. Walker could live in the paint.
And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Boucher passes to White. And here's Simons outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 15.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
And that one's good. McConnell's got his first points of the night.
Boy, McConnell is slippery and sly with that orange. I mean, catching the defense by surprise with that move. Always keeps that dribble alive, which makes him dangerous. Hey, you know, what he lacks inside, he makes up for with his vertical.
They set the screen. It's stolen away. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
McConnell passes to Siakam. Back to McConnell. A shot from the high post. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Siakam's got assist number 5 here tonight. Celtics lead by 16. Here's Minot. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. He gets it in there.
The versatility of Halliburton, that's what you love about him. He can score it, he can pass it, and he makes very good decisions.
On the wing, Simons launches it, buries it from 3. Simons got 10 points in just the second half.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Pass to Minot. Now White. This one for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Siakam finds Halliburton, and he gets that one. Halliburton's got 46.
He's doing everything he can to keep them afloat.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Williams is checked in for Boucher. Tatum comes in for Minot. Hauser, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Collier in for Simons. And the Pacers also making a change. Toppin, he's checked in for McConnell. And he lobs it up top. It's stolen by Tatum. And Boston pushing it up now. Here's Hauser. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Nembhard, the pass to Toppin. Now Nembhard. Halliburton right side. Oh, wow. Through the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Really good work by Halliburton to stay with his shot motion. Didn't let the defense make him back off of that one.
3 shots.
Three shots.
No good on that one. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better. I tell you, one of the things I've noticed about Halliburton is his endurance, man. It is off the charts. He's always pushing the pace and really outworking other guys most of the time. He's constantly revving up the motor and taking things up a notch.
And he nails the third. Boston leading by 18. On the wing, Tatum fires for 3. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one. Doing it all.
Pass to Toppin. And here's Halliburton. Let's go with a 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's Collier. Tatum from long range. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well. Hitting his guys right in their spots. Back to Halliburton. There There are usually one or two mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
It's good.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Here's Halliburton. Outside Neesmith. Siakam outside. Neesmith passes to Halliburton. And good! There's another!
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And one of our featured players tonight earns our Player of the Game award, Isaiah Collier.
He's putting on a lesson in how to distribute the ball. It's been hard to imagine a better performance from a point guard. There's been a ton of assists and a lot of other great passes that didn't even make it into the box score.
Wow. Wow, he really played phenomenal tonight, but we've almost come to expect that from him. He feeds off the energy from this crowd, and it certainly plays a part in elevating his game. Celtics lead by 17. Here's Collier. Brown on the wing. Let's loose for three. Toppin rips down the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Halliburton. Another one.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise scoring record.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history. Money from three.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
On the wing, Tatum shoots a three. White outside. And there's a 3-second violation. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Huff's checked in for Toppin. Walker comes in for Siakam. Nembhard, he's checked in for Mathurin. And T.J. McConnell subbed in for Neesmith. Pacers trail by 17.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players, and Coach
connects again from distance.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in.
Part of White's expanding game is the attention to his jump shot. And he's made great improvement in that area.
Here's Halliburton from downtown. And rebounded by Tatum. Now White. And another dime for him.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. Pass to Halliburton, fires from deep. He got it again! Sensational!
Never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long time. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ooh, it doesn't go. Brown against Nembhard. Here's Huff. Four on the clock. And again for three.
Another three for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Isaiah Collier.